Hey guys, Ironhide City here with another video review, and today we are taking a look at Transformers Powers of the Prime Deluxe Class Dreadwind. Now, Dreadwind, I actually picked him up at my local Target a few days ago, and the minute I saw him, I was impressed. And I was going to love this figure the minute I saw it. And boy, was I right. This figure looks amazing. He is not the G1 Dreadwind. This is like a Generations update. But he is still a very good figure. Now, he actually comes with not one, but two accessories. He comes with his Prime Armor, which is in powder blue, purple, and white, and his pistol. So, this figure, being a deluxe, is just really, really good. It's really good. Now, his Prime Armor can actually attach like a chest plate. You fold down the Decepticon symbol, fold that peg down, and actually this piece can come out as another blaster. And this can become a chest plate for him. Much like the Cyber Planet keys from the Transformers Cybertron series, if you know what I'm talking about. If I do get some of those figures, I'll tell you what I'm talking about, which I don't think I could. And there is a chest plate look. And then he actually has this, which doesn't really want to go into his hand. Or he can hold his pistol. Which he can hold very easily. Now you'll notice this spot right here in his chest. That is a sign that he can hold a Titan Master from Titan's Return. And I actually have a Titan Master right here. So just plug him in, and now he's got a face sticking out of his chest. Yeah. So, the posability on this guy, first we'll remove his chest plate, and just fold this panel back up. The posability on this guy is actually really good. His head is on a ball joint. He has a swivel for a shoulder, hinge for in and out. He has a bicep swivel, ratchet in the elbow, and his hands do not rotate. Torso does rotate. Ball joints in the hips. His thighs, both of his thighs swivel. He has a hinged knee and no foot articulation. But you can get some very good balancing going with this guy. Now my only complaint, and I mean only complaint, and it's very minor, is the nose cone and these wings back here. They are soft plastic. Much like the Generations Blitzwing figure, who I reviewed a couple years ago, this figure has some softer plastic used for the gray plastic. Not on the legs right here, but down here. That is for safety, but they could have used some harder plastic. Transformation for Dreadwind is actually a lot more interesting than I initially thought. But one more thing I want to say is, before I actually remove his gun, the armor can actually be mounted on his arm and used as a shield. It's not a very practical shield, but a shield nonetheless. So let me go ahead and get this piece reattached. There we go. So to get him transformed, start by removing the prime armor, which we'll talk about in a minute, because that actually has one more roll on this figure. And remove his gun. Turn the head around. His chest is a little loose. Bring up the nose cone. Swing down the arms, like so. And these bits will be like gun pods, which are very cool in my opinion. Combine his legs together, not only in the front, but in the back as well. Bring his wings out, and actually bring the arms up just a little bit. Focusing on the back of the figure, open up the legs. Fold the legs up. Or fold the, did I say arms? Fold the legs up. Sorry. Bring the arms down. And you'll notice right away the arms do not peg in. There's a reason for that. You take these wings, and they are on a double hinge. Fold them up, and they have a peg hole right there where they'll peg onto the gun units. And that not only holds the arm into position, but also keeps the legs from coming unpegged. Very good idea, in my opinion. So we'll mirror that on the opposite end. Fold up the wing. Peg it into the gun pod. Bring the arm in. And bring the bring the wings down. And you are done. That is the plane mode. Now, Dreadwind himself is a very nice fighter jet. I don't know exactly what model of fighter jet he is modeled after, but I do know it is a good one. And I think he is think he's a strike eagle. I can't remember exactly. I'm just guessing. But he is a very good jet, in my opinion. He is a repaint and a remold of Combiner Wars Skydive, which I'll get into in a minute. The paint job on the jet is very nice. Now, the weapons can be attached to the figure in a variety of ways, actually. One, the gun can be attached to the jet via a peg hole under each wing. If you notice, he has 2 peg holes, one under each wing. The prime armor, yes, that's what this thing is called, replaces the Power Master, of which he was originally, and can go right on top of the fighter plane. So it goes right on top. And now he looks like a true fighter jet. With a laser, a couple heat-seeking missiles, just very nice jet. Now, as I return him to his robot form, I do want to mention something. And I will be doing it as I give a size comparison, which I normally do during the review. And sorry about the lighting. Hopefully I can get this done before my camera dies, so I don't have to redo the video. Fold these up. Fold the wings down. Fold up the wings. Actually, fold the wings back. Unpeg the nose. Good thing it didn't break. And turn the head around. Okay. So, as a comparison, I know this is out of scale, but here he is next to Combiner Wars Bruticus. Bruticus is a combiner. And that is where this guy, Dreadwind, comes into play. If you notice, he has a peg right here in his chest. That is the same combiner joint system that the Combiner Wars figures use, or the deluxe class. So, I'm actually going to show you how this guy can interact with Bruticus. So, let me put Dreadwind off to the side for a second. And Bruticus, I'm going to need to remove one of your arms. So let's remove Blastoff for a sec. Alright, putting Bruticus to the back, we'll focus on Dreadwind. And we will need this now. So, to achieve the arm mode of Dreadwind, you will turn his head around. You will first start by turning his arms around and bending them at the elbows. Now there are pegs right here that go into his armpit. And yes, I said armpit. Or you could say his upper torso. Yeah, I'll say upper torso to be more polite. bring the legs together, turn the arms, or turn the legs so they bend, rotate these wings back, bring out the peg, take the armor, bring out the fingers, bring out that peg, find the hole, and on goes the new arm. So, Bruticus has a new arm, and you could say this is an upgrade to what once was this arm. Look at the difference in the fist. This is the original fist. This is the new fist, right here. This hand is much more articulated. It has a ball-jointed thumb and fingers that are movable via a hinge joint. So, overall, this is a very nice figure. I think it upgrades Bruticus very nicely. So, overall, thank you, Bruticus. So, overall, would I recommend this figure? I more than recommend this figure. I know I haven't used that phrase yet, but yes, I would strongly suggest going to Target, Toys R Us, Walmart, anywhere you can find him, and pick him up. This has been the video review for Transformers Powers of the Prime Deluxe Class Dreadwind. I would highly recommend him. This has been Ironhide City. Have a great day.